What's going on, everybody? Marcus here from www.goonmo.com. Today is Saturday, March 22nd, 2014, and as usual, there's a ton of stuff going on. One of the main things that I've been studying lately has been the global economic reset, and what that is, in the most simple of terms, is the shifting of power from the West, United States, UK, NATO, to the east, which is China, Russia, and India, and Brazil. And these two stories that I found today were very evident of the global economic reset that's basically happening before our eyes, and events are, picking up pace, and every day there's a lot of new stuff. So let's start with the first article. This is a Zero Hedge article, and it is China takes sides, sues Ukraine for 3 billion loan repayment. So I'll read a small clip from the article and then give you my thoughts from that. It is widely known that Russia is owed billions by Ukraine for already delivered gas, and that was from that was what you saw earlier in the week with Russia suing the Ukrainian government for the $3 billion in repayment. Noted earlier, leaving Gazprom one of the most powerful players in this game. It is until now hardly known at all, it would seem, that China is also owed $3 billion in claims for loans made for future grain delivery to China. It would seem clear from this action on which side of the sanctions fence China is sitting. And that's very true. It looks like China has chosen their sides. It's Russia. No, not a real surprise there. The Chinese and Russians will always team up against the United States to check their power and to expand Chinese and Russian power. So no surprise there. I'll go ahead and link this article so you can check it out for yourself. This article also kind of led me to um, a thought that I was having, and it's why the powers fight for Ukraine, and basically what it is it's two foreign powers, two groups of companies or families or whatever you want to call it, in two factions. Let's just say two factions, and they're fighting over resources basically. And if you do a quick search over the resources that Ukraine has, it's pretty obvious that it's the resources that they're fighting over, not the will of the people or democracy, all the other crap that you'll hear on mainstream news. So here's a little short list that I compiled in like a few minutes. Extensive pipeline system in natural gas. You think the West wants that? Of course they do. Look at Europe mainly, because they get so much gas from Gazprom. They would love to basically put their puppets into the Ukrainian government and then cut deals where they get cheaper gas than what Russia could provide them. So that makes sense there. Huge grain producer, of course. Russia needs food, China needs food, everyone needs food. So um, obviously they would fight for that. Coal mines or deposits, and one of the top steel producers in the world. So again, this is why they fight for countries, and why they cause disruptions, and place their government operatives in there and all that stuff. It's for resources, it's for gold, it's for things like that. It's not for democracy and all the other crap. So the second story I found, I thought was pretty interesting. This I found on, where did I find this? I found this on Drudge, and it's called Putin Eyes Latin America. I found this very interesting, as we know the United States has extensive ties in Central and South America, with putting in their guys, and setting up bases and things down there, and basically setting up for the big corporations to go down there and do as they wish. But I found this article very interesting. It basically talks about the Russians sending naval ships and bombers to the region. They have planned bases in Cuba, Venezuela, and Nicaragua, and that's interesting that they're kind of moving down there in the U.S. territory. Um, Says the article says the U.S. cut 200 engagement activities, whatever that means, and multilateral exercises because of budget. Um, I think it was a couple weeks ago. The United States announced that they had um, made military cuts. So I guess this is affecting that, especially with them, spending so much time and effort over in Ukraine. So if you cut somewhere else, then that leaves opportunity. So it looks like the Russians and also the Iranians. The article mentioned the Iranians have set up new. Let's see, they set up new embassies, and then there's also Hezbollah down there now. So that's it's pretty crazy if you think Hezbollah's down in Central and South America. And then the article also says that China is one of the top investors now in Central and South America. And most of their activities have been economical, but they're saying that the article is saying that they could also expand militarily down there. So again, that's the global economic reset right there. It's happening all over the world. You see the Chinese, the Russians, and you see what they offer countries. The United States offers military bases and threats, while the Chinese offer economic solution, and the Russians offer help with the military. And doesn't mean that I like the Chinese or Russians. I'm an American, but I mean it's just it's pretty obvious that you can see the changes going on. So one last thought before I let you guys go. It was Wednesday night, I think, before the NCAA tournament, and I was at the gym doing one of my infamous workouts, and I look up on the screen and I see the ESPN show about Obama picking brackets, and I literally laughed for almost 5 minutes. It's really not funny. It's really kind of sad and tragic. What's happening. You look at these stories. You got the Chinese and the Russians brokering deals and doing economic activity around the world, and meanwhile the U.S. president is picking brackets. It just shows you how ridiculous things can be. So again, www.goonmode.com. That's my blog. Go check it out, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.